This is Mayegun live. So thank you so much for joining me. Please remember, read the caption of this broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it. Share it. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. And tell them all that Mayegun today. And if you have done that already, thank you. And to those of you who are probably new or just because of the title of this broadcast probably attracted you to joining us this evening. So you too, you can subscribe, or maybe you can wait after before you do that. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Yesterday, I wanted to say an abomination happened, but that would be like, overstating it, because all abnormalities have been normalized in Nigeria. And every day, if you see one today, there is a chance that what you are going to see tomorrow is also going to possibly alarm you to the point that people are no longer shocked. So what happened? VeryDarkMan, right, was reported to have, visited a guaranteed trust bank in Abuja. And why? He reported some, frivolous deduction or bank charges, on his mom's account statement. Something he questioned. And I think in his usual way, he made it public and told them he was going to visit them ahead of time. So yesterday, himself, his mom, and his friend, I think that one is called a CPAC, the trio went to a GTB branch in Abuja to lodge complaint about these deductions of charges, including scammers using his mother's details to open loan accounts. The normal, regular allegations against the Nigerian banks, especially bank workers, who have been fingered on numerous occasions, involved in different kinds of fraudulent activities, including emptying customers' bank accounts. So when he got to the bank, I think because knowing who he is, it was easier for them to probably have prepared for him. So they said, they got into an argument, this or that, and the next thing, somehow, the bank's, security sort of descended on him, and they started beating him, in which from his friend, who was later released, because that one too was taken with him. So he said they were delayed for about 5 minutes. It's more or less like a day were held in the bank against their will, meaning at a point he attempted to leave. Eventually he left, but the follow-up drama is why you are watching this broadcast this evening. So then he got outside the bank, the three of them, right outside the bank, an Hilux, an Hilux van or truck rather pulled up with some men in black, and they grabbed them, beat them up again in an effort to, take them away in what was like an easy live kidnapping or live abduction, right there. So they succeeded eventually. But the initial thing was that they were told that they were DSS, because, come on, who are those who wear blacks in Nigeria? But the guy, that is the VeryDarkMan's friend, the one they took with him, who happened to be the driver, according to him, said in his mind, when they started demanding for their password, the password to their phones, the phone password or lock. And the very dark man himself was pretty much arguing with them and dragging with them, and they kept punching him, beating him, and all that until he gave them the password. And when they got the password, then they put a hood on over their head, like a black cloth, then bundled them into the Hilux truck. That was how they took them away. Now, everybody knows that in Nigeria, when EFCC are going on their legal and illegal operations, they usually wear red, right? So the family is not contacted. The reason for the abduction is not known. So the first impression then was that this was the handiwork of the bank. You see, his friends who raised the alarm that he's been missing, they don't know who took him. They believe that this was like coordinated or ordered by GTBank. So this morning, GTBank released a CCTV footage to show that VeryDarkMan left their premises and they have nothing to do with it. You know, a defense that many people seems not to kind of like believe. And since morning, you know, a lot of their customers who are also the supporters of a VeryDarkMan, they are called the Ratels gang. So they've mobilized themselves online for now. And then their form of protest is to close all their bank accounts with a GTBank as a means of protest. And if VeryDarkMan is not released, then they will go to the next stage, that is the physical protest. Now, the reason again why you are watching this video, especially on Mayegun's Diary Politico, is to continue to educate all of us what it is like, the consequences of bad government, you know, failed leadership or a corrupt, compromised system. Nobody is spared. And on Mayegun's Diary Politico, almost every day, I come here to bring to you, right, everything that the organized criminals of Nigeria are unleashing on the people that they are meant to indeed protect. People are treated like piece of shit. It doesn't matter, you know. But gone are the days when we used to say, oh, more, you need to make money, money talk, bullshit, BS work. No anymore, not in that contraption. So everyone can and will collect. And for those of you who know VeryDarkMan very well, he is a controversial figure, and there are, you know, there are many reasons why some of the supposed government agents or agencies, right, to despise him. You know, he's got just one very powerful tool, and that is the media. He believes strongly, and he has done it very, you know, severally, to force the hands of those who believe that they are untouchable, including government officials. Something that a lot of people believe that is never going to earn him any form of, you know, sort of like love from that side. So now let's look into it, okay? He went into the bank like anyone, right? Although I think it is like always, you know, the record of the GTBank in Nigeria, and maybe all other banks too, I'm not sure, but especially GTBank, their videos are bound online, where customers have kind of created scenes inside the bank because their money just disappeared from their bank, right? And they never really, you know, spend the money. And in most cases, they will get arrested, get kicked out of the bank. They will lose their money. They will lose their freedom. And somehow they end up even spending more to regain that freedom. And they will, like I said, they will never get their money back. So he went into the bank, and let's assume that they accuse him of being unruly. Here you get, like, oh, he was unruly, he was disrespectful. Let's just assume that. Because I'm trying to see where the EFCC is connected, except if there is an ongoing case between himself and the EFCC, like, here you get, and they have declared, they have invited him, he never attended or honored the invitation, and they have declared him wanted, okay, until they found that, oh, is that the GTBank, let's just go and serve the warrant on him. You get what I mean now? So I'm trying to look for the connection, right? So the bank, from what his friend said, right? The bank, some guys in the bank who are like the security guys, they beat him up in the bank, and they are now demanding for the CCTV footage of inside the bank, their second floor at that particular branch, not the time that they finally opened the door. Because they said when they were leaving, they kind of like shot them in between the security door. They couldn't leave for 5 minutes. So we saw both of them got into the lift, right? And then left the building. But there is no CCTV footage to show us what happened after, in front of their gates. Some of these Ratel gangs are now demanding for it. And up till now, by the way, right? Up till now, they haven't told anyone the connection of EFCC in black, the men in black who kidnapped citizens, put hood on them, and took them to a place until they are like, okay, yeah, so, but here is the CCTV footage released. We'll start from that. Released by Guaranteed Trust Bank in Nigeria to say, no, they did not kidnap. I think this was before it became clear, or sorry, to clear themselves of any involvement. Like nothing happened between them inside the bank. That whatever happened, it was outside the bank. So they released this footage, this CCTV footage. So not much is revealed after, all right? So there are questions, people are not sure, because we saw a VeryDarkMan walk out of the bank. Then we saw another guy beside him wearing a jalabia, like that flowing gown. Okay, that was his friend. He's called a C Pack something. But where was his mom? We couldn't really pick his mom out of that footage. But from the eyewitness accounts, I'm the best person to tell us what really happened. In my own opinion, is the guy that they took with him. He said when they got outside the bank, an Alox truck pulled up and some men jumped down with guns in black. And around that time, it was like, were they kidnappers? But he could remember, maybe somebody said, oh, DSS, they are DSS, oh, DSS, but there was no badge, nothing to actually recognize who they were. Then it got to the stage of fighting for the phone lock to unlock their phones. And when they kind of tried to take their phones from them. And then when they succeeded in that, which wasn't that easy, they assaulted them. In fact, Angon, his brother, as well as his pals, and a few other clips here can a little bit give you an insight as it is brewing.
Good morning, dear Nigerians. First off, most of you think education is a big problem in Nigeria or everywhere in the world, but you should understand that education is knowledge and knowledge is power. You understand? So now, in the country where you want to arrest an individual and you don't bring up a warrant and go to his house and pick him up the right way the officers in Nigeria should do, then it's called kidnapping. And when it's called kidnapping, there are things we actually look out for, because after every 24 hours, they are going to demand to speak to the family member or anybody that they know can actually raise help or bring out money for them. But in this case, we didn't get any information. And we also know that if the police or any uniformed men in Nigeria should pick you up, within 24 hours, they are still going to reach out to your family. But in this situation, we are yet to hear from both parties. So right now, I would like to show you what happened to my brother yesterday. Thank you. So yesterday, after they came out from the bank, the police or the EFCC or the kidnappers that kidnapped him, they double-crossed their cars that they were going out with after they left the bank. After locking them in that door for 5 to 10 minutes, they barricaded them. And immediately they barricaded them, this is what happened. Come here. You come in. Now, mind you, after they did this, they took them straight to wherever they took them to, and they covered their face. And since then, we didn't hear anything from the kidnappers, if actually the kidnappers took them, or we didn't hear anything from the EFCC, because we are meant to understand that they were actually taken to the EFCC office. So, are we dealing with kidnappers here or the EFCC? Because you guys are here to get to me or my family to tell us, okay, your brother is here, come and see him. People have not done the right thing to see. I just pray this country doesn't happen to anybody, because this is all we are on right now. Please, dear Nigerians, thank you.
Bro, what you do now? You go tell Nigerians what happen outside the bank. Leak the story outside the bank for GTB. Since GTB don't bring clip, show people, let them bring the CCTV footage of what happened inside the bank. First floor, ground floor, and outside. I wait for them. I beg, tell them what happened as I for the bank. Explain to Nigerians, please.
As we leave the bank,
Okay.
we just leave the bank. Now I just see this black Elos for the passenger seat. Now you understand? I'm going to tell them, say, which of these black Elos want 47 enter through our front? Now, next time I see this man, they come outside with black, on black now, everything. They come outside with gun. DSS. Like, what did that happen for you? Next time I see on that Camry, on that man, they come outside for this from this other side. So next thing, I would just drag out. Because your guy relax, make a come down, make a park my car. Then they punch. Then they just see what they just punch. They punch my lip. They punch VDM too. Like they stretch, they force himself for the driver's seat.
He not been stopped.
So he stopped the car with the bridge us with 2 cars.
Okay.
So you
Sorry.
So the guy just forced me out of the car, Me, I just said, man, don't man, go shoot me. You understand? So they forced us into the in-laws. They see the punch. They see the punch was. You understand? So they bring the head down, bring your head down. The next thing, now they put blindfold on us and everything. This is why I tell you, they see the punch us, they speak Hausa and everything.